I was contemplating yielding my time to my friend and colleague Jose Rivera, um, but I understand that that might not be allowed. Um, and I was going to simply explain my vote, but I feared hearing from you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Hoyt, your time is up. That said, I'll be brief. I've had the opportunity now on two other occasions to stand up on this issue and to speak, as I have in the past, of the pride that I feel when I'm able to represent a district and serve in a body that is taking the important action that we're taking once again tonight. The fact that we are taking up this measure is an indication that we are indeed a progressive body that stands for equal rights for all. And I think it's important to recognize the leadership of the Speaker of the Assembly, who year after year embodies those values of equality and justice as the leader of this House. And year after year has allowed this vote to come to the floor. And while much attention is being paid today to what we hope, many of us, most of us, hope will take place in the other part of this building, it's been the State Assembly and the leadership of this body that year after year has shown such courage, such independence, such strength when it comes to embracing and championing the rights of others. I also want to thank Andrew Cuomo, because we've stood here before, we've cast our votes, we've in some cases given eloquent speeches, but for naught. Why? Because it has been a one-house bill. But today it appears that there is a very good chance that the votes that we cast tonight will be far more important than they ever have been in the past. Why? Because it appears that the state Senate will indeed take up this measure. And I'm of the opinion that that would not be the case were it not for the leadership of our Governor, Andrew Cuomo. Let me also say that while Andrew Cuomo has been a strong leader on this and other issues, were it not for pioneers like Deborah Glick. Now, Deborah defined herself when she gave her beautiful and eloquent remarks as somewhat sarcastic occasionally, and she used another adjective, and I've often been the subject, the person that some of that sarcasm has been directed at. Deborah and I don't agree on everything, but I'll tell you something. For the 19 years that I've served in this House, I've looked to Deborah Glick as a leader and as a moral compass on the issue of human rights, of equal rights, of justice for all people. And so, Deborah, I thank you for your leadership and being a role model on this issue. Danny O'Donnell, you're the bomb. I love you, brother, and I thank you for the extraordinary leadership that you've shown. About 10 years ago, my sister and her partner, Miranda, invited me to officiate at their commitment ceremony in San Francisco. My mother was very, very, very sick leading up to that. She willed herself, Carol Hoyt willed herself to be alive, to stay alive, to witness her daughter's commitment ceremony. Just 1 week later, 1 week after that beautiful ceremony, my mother passed away. She wanted to see her daughter marry, but I say in quotes, marry the woman she loves, Miranda Cole. My father would have been very, very proud had he been here today. He served in this House for 18 years. He loved Whitney. He supported everything about her and would have loved to have been at that ceremony. And finally, I'll conclude with this. There have been so many champions. I've indicated and singled out a few of them here in this House. But back in Buffalo, that hinterland in the western part of the state that I'm so proud to represent and that I've proudly represented for 19 years, there are some real heroines and heroes that I would be remiss if I didn't single out just a couple. Bill Eaton, who's no longer with us. Carol Spetzer, a pioneer in GLBT rights, one of the first members of the board of ESPA, I believe, from upstate in western New York. And most recently, Brian Ball and this incredible woman named Kitty Lambert. Anybody from western New York knows Kitty Lambert and her partner Cheryl. To Cheryl and Kitty, to Whitney and Miranda, to Carol Spetzer, and all of the others, I am so proud to once again be able to have the opportunity to represent you and to be able to proudly, when the time comes, cast my vote in the affirmative.